So you got your wild turkey. Now what? Everyone tells you the legs are tough and don't taste good. After you've cleaned your bird and dressed your bird, you're going to have 2 legs to start with. In this recipe, I'm only going to cook 1. You're going to take your legs and place them in a frying pan full of hot oil. We're going to brown the legs on all sides, and this will seal in the juices and the flavor. Once you've got one side browned, just simply flip them over and continue browning the other sides till you have all sides of the legs nicely browned. When you're satisfied with the browning of the legs, we're going to transfer them into a slow cooker. The slow cooker is really the secret of making nice, tender turkey legs. First of all, we're going to start putting a layer of onions in the bottom of the slow cooker. You can slice up fresh onions, or in this case, I just happen to have some frozen onions that I want to use up. So on top of your layer of onions, you're going to add in the turkey legs that have already been browned. And then we're going to add some simple spices to it. And these spices will make a very flavorful turkey leg as it is, or feel free to change up and add your own recipes. First, I'm going to put a half a tablespoon of garlic powder over top. Then I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of poultry seasoning. And I'm going to follow that with about a 1/4 teaspoon of summer savory. Then I'm going to use about a 1/4 teaspoon approximately of lemon pepper. This will give you a nice traditional roasted turkey type flavor for your wild turkey legs. Once you've added your seasoning, it's simply a matter of covering the turkey legs with water, just enough to just cover them. The recipe was for 1 leg, but these spices and the water will work if you had put both legs in at once. Now you're going to put the lid on your slow cooker. You're going to turn your slow cooker on to high, and we're going to let it cook for approximately 4 hours. 4 hours later, we're going to come back and take a look at them, and we're going to reduce our heat down to a lower setting. We're going to continue to let these legs cook for another 2 hours, more or less. If you run a little longer, they'll just be even more tender. After your 2 hours, we're going to take them out, set them on a plate, and allow them to cool just for a few minutes. Once deboned, this meat can be eaten just the way it is. It's tasty. Or we can use the stock and make a soup, and I'll do that tomorrow. Now, simply take a fork and the meat will fall right off the bones. Here you can see the bone, and then we have the meat on the plate, and here's the nasty tendons that everybody's talking about. They simply separate easily, making a nice, tasty, tender wild turkey leg. Once you've got it separated, you're going to see there's quite a bit of meat that actually comes off the turkey legs. That's from 1 turkey leg. Here we are with what we removed and the nice tender meat. So eat it as it is with a side, some veggies, or what I do is I like to make a pulled turkey sandwich. Take the meat, throw it in a pan, add your favorite barbecue sauce to it. Now we're just going to mix that around. If you want to add some additional spice at this point, make it hotter, you feel free to do that. I'll let that simmer for a while, and in the meantime, I'm going to saute some onions for a garnish to go on top of my sandwich. I like to add a little bit of maple syrup to it to make it just a little bit sweeter. And your choice if you want to or not. Once that's simmered for a while, you're going to add that with your onions. Toast yourself up a couple of buns. Put your meat, throw your garnish with your onions, and then I'll add some cheese on top of that. If you want to add a tomato or whatever you like to eat on top of it, it's your choice. And there we have a couple of nice wild turkey pulled sandwiches. Use your imagination. Add some taco mix to it and make tacos. I made some soup from the stock by adding a few vegetables and some macaroni. Anyway, thanks for watching. Check out my other videos on wildlife and recipes. Uncle Howie's Homestead. Thanks.